Okay, so I wanted to make another video since it's been a while, and this is Onyx. In the last video I told you I got my old dog back that my ex-husband stole from me. Here she is. Yeah, and she, for the most part, she's trained. I haven't actually done, like, actual training, but she's obedience trained, and she's, actually the perfect dog for, like, if you want to do service dog training, she's the perfect dog for it, in a way. Because she's very submissive. Like, that is one of the biggest things when you're looking for a service dog to train, is they have to be submissive. They have to be eager to learn and very submissive. Like, she's pretty submissive. Yeah, she's a good dog. Yeah, she is. But it's not that hard to train your own service dog. It's not, but you definitely got to check with your state on that, because I live in Missouri, and in Missouri, you don't exactly have to get them registered. It's discrimination for a business to question you on your service dog, or to even ask what your disability is. So if here in Missouri, if a public area questions you on it, you can actually sue them for it, because you don't actually have to get them registered. Now, there is a website in the Missouri government website that they link to it that you can register them, which is, obviously the best way to do it. But definitely check your government website and see what their laws on it, because each state's different. Some states you have to have your dog registered for them to be considered a service dog, and which those states are a lot harder to train, because to be a service dog, they have to be good in public, and you have to obviously bring them in public. So, like, parks and stuff like that would be the best option to do it in. And it's going to, before you can bring them into a store, Walmart's the best place, because for some reason, Walmart and pet stores, they always accept animals and don't question anything. I've never been questioned at Walmart. I've had random citizens or, people come up to me and question me and everything, but I've never actually had a Walmart employee question. And, I've been kicked out of the store before because I've had a service dog, and, one of them was a gas station, and their excuse was, well, we serve food here, so we're not allowed to have animals. And it's, funny, because my service dog is allowed to go in restaurants who sell food, and it's completely legal, because it is. A service dog can go anywhere with you, and as long as, they do have to be marked as a service dog. Like, I always usually do a tag on their neck if I don't have anything else that's a service dog on it, which is all you really need in the state of Missouri. All you need is something stating they're a service dog. Like, you can't just have your dog unnoticed or unmarked. Now, there are certain vests that aren't marked as service dogs, but the state of Missouri accepts, because they're really expensive. So if you're in training and everything, which they don't really question if if they're in training, because they understand you gotta get the training somewhere. But I'll be starting the service dog videos up again soon. I definitely have more time to do it. She is definitely in need. I've just been kind of letting her calm down, because she, for the most part, I've had her since she was a baby and raised her, and I was slowly kind of introducing her to the training, and then my ex-husband stole her and abused her out of pity, or out of, I guess, revenge to get back at me. I don't know. I really don't know. But, so I've been kind of letting her get used to things again and redo training. She's doing pretty good on it. So, she's very, up my butt type of dog. So she'll be really good for the training. It won't take her long, especially she's been around my seizures before, because I raised her. Which is the best thing to do, is to raise it. Puppies really suck. I hate puppies. They're cute, but I hate having to do potty training and obedience training, all of that. But it's easier that way when it comes to it, because the best way to get a service dog to be able to sense your seizures is for them to be around you when you have them. And the younger they are, an older dog can do it, but it really takes a bond for them to pay attention, because some dogs just don't pay attention to you. And those are the ones that won't. They'll be able to help you. You can teach them to help you, but they'll probably never tell you or sense one for you. So it's definitely a bond thing for that. Yeah, she's pretty chill. Follows me everywhere. Everywhere I go, she follows me. So she's definitely perfect on that. And luckily, because I do have restrictions on things like, I think I mentioned in the video, it's been so long ago, but I think I mentioned about my restrictions about not being able to use the oven or stovetop, or when no one's here, I can't cook alone. Luckily, with our new house that we got, our oven actually has a timer and turns itself off. So now I can use the oven when no one's here. So microwave and oven is what I use when no one's here to take care of the kids and stuff. And there are, I'm also going to do a separate video talking about and being an epileptic as a parent and everything, because I do see a lot of posts on groups that I'm on of people worried about being a parent, or, and I have 3 kids. I'm not able to work. I'm legally disabled, but it doesn't affect me on taking care of my kids. Yeah, I do have seizures, and that does cause issues when having kids, but it doesn't mean you can't have kids, and it doesn't mean you can't be a good parent, and it doesn't always mean you'll pass it down. I mean, epilepsy can be genetic. Now, if you got it, in like a car accident or something like that, and it had trauma to your head, most likely you won't pass it down. There's a lot of scar tissue is what's causing it. Now, if you were, born with it like I am, there is a risk. There's always a risk. But so far, I have 3 kids, and none of them seem to really. I mean, it's always hard to tell when they're young, though, because, like, my mom didn't realize I was having seizures when I was 2 years old. I was having absent seizures, and I would, like, run around and then stop, and then just kind of stare off, and then start running again, and she thought it was normal. And as I think I was 23 years old when I was diagnosed with it, and they realized, hey, you've been having it your whole life. Because when I was a kid, I kept having these episodes where I black out and stuff, and run into things. Like, I'll be running and black out and continue running. And I broke my nose, went to the hospital, and they tried saying I was faking it, saying that I never blacked out. And I'm like, I did black out. Yeah, at 23 years old. They're like, remember that time? Well, yeah, we found out that you were born with epilepsy, and you've been having seizures your entire life. And I'm like, yeah, I knew I wasn't lying about that, but even as an adult, they still try, like my last video, I mentioned my EEG scan. With that, I got a lot of backlash from the nurses, because I've been taking my medication, and they were doing strobe lights. Now, I was pregnant at the time, and after that, I lost the baby because I had a seizure and lost the baby. They tried saying I didn't have a seizure, and that they're like, oh, your medication must be really working. And it's like, it only works for my epileptic seizures. I also have non-epileptic seizures that aren't treatable, curable, or nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do. So, yeah, only half of my seizures is controlled. And I even told them, they were like, tell me when you start feeling one, and I couldn't, there's times I couldn't respond, or I had a slow response, and it was all, like, slurred and delayed. Like, they would ask a question, and I would, like, slur my words, and then finally be able to get it out. So, yeah, and they were just, like, acting as if, like, I was lying about things, and it always makes me feel awkward, because for some reason, it makes me feel like a child, that I'm being treated like a child and everything when I'm an adult with 3 kids. I mean, I know I do look young and everything, but I don't know, I don't like it, and it seems more often than not, I get the people that are just completely rude, and, even the ones that seem like they're, eager to, like, my neurologist, I don't like. She seems eager to help me, to want to help me and get things figured out, but at the same time, it seems like she's just trying to prove that I'm not. When I've already seen, like, multiple people who've all agreed that I have epilepsy, and she's like, she put down my paperwork that I have non-epileptic seizures, and that I just have the seizure disorder, and I'm like, I have my medical records that prove that I have epilepsy, and I've had MRIs done, and, she even questioned me, because I had this one neurologist, that, like, I think I mentioned this too, my last video, one neurologist that could look at me and tell I was having seizures. And my stepdad, who is actually kind of ironic, has epilepsy too. And my stepdad would come to appointments with me and to be a witness, because for some reason people don't like to believe me, I guess. But he came as a witness, and my neurologist could tell I was having seizures and everything. And he was like, no, I can tell by looking at you. you had multiple seizures just in the 30 minutes, that you've been here. And he was like, you have non-epileptic and epileptic seizures. When I first got diagnosed, I was told by a neurologist that diagnosed me that I have epilepsy, that it's epileptic and non-epileptic. And I've also recently been told that my neurologist, actually, who I don't like, but she seems all right. She, gives me answers. She explained to me that most people, when they have seizures, their brain misfires, which is typical. And my brain is actually, what was happening to me is a lot worse than the people who had their brains misfiring. She said it would actually be safer and better if my brain was misfiring, but instead of misfiring, my brain is trying to shut down and die. So I have a very, very high chance of dying during a seizure, and I tend to go into a coma a lot. So it makes sense when she told me that. I was like, that makes a lot of sense, because I go into a coma a lot when I have seizures, and I'll get stuck into a seizure. So, it would make sense, because even my absent seizure, she says my brain tries shutting down instead of misfiring and coming back. It'll shut down for a second, and then I come back, and I'm like, eh. But this video is getting long, and I really, really hate making long videos, because, yeah, I don't know if people want to spend forever listening to my story all day. But, so I'll be back and make more videos. If, probably say this every video, but if anything you want me to cover, just put a comment, shoot me a message, whatever. I also have a group that I made for where I post on there. Now, I haven't managed it in a while, just like I haven't managed the videos, but I'm getting back on there. Soon, I'm going to be putting that link on my thing. It's just I haven't gotten to all that yet. But if you're interested in the group, just shoot a comment, or just, I guess, keep up on my videos and my page, because then I'll put it on there, one of these videos. Like I said, I haven't got that far. Just started jumping back into it. It's been 5 months, and it's been crazy. I didn't even realize it was 5 months. I literally just thought it was like 2 months. But no, it's been 5 months since I made a video. Life's gotten crazy, and I'm really, really sorry. I know I apologize a lot, but I feel so bad. I really enjoyed the feedback that I got, and yeah, I didn't have very many views, and I probably won't, but I had really good feedback, and I feel like I'm helping people. So, yeah, just keep watching. Later.